Okay, here we go with part two.
Wardrobe
Sorry,
change.
the phone fell again. We're having suction cup issues. I've got it set on a stuck on a glass cutting board now, so hopefully that'll hold better.
And I was having a hot flash, so
Wardrobe change.
wardrobe change. We opened the door. It's cold here in Illinois, but when you have the house shut up and then you turn the heater on, it could get hot quick. So we just opened the door too. I hope that light's all right.
So we are obviously still in southern Illinois at the farm, and we're taking the weekend off. We're fixed to go actually run to the grocery store, and but Monday through Friday we're working. We Dwayne, Bobby's brother-in-law, has been working on putting up a big greenhouse and doing some. Um, I'm having a brain fart.
Hydroponic.
Hydroponics, and so we're working on that for him to try to help him get that up and running. So, and doing some of the casual chores. I was spent all day the other day cutting grass, which was fun. Learned a different kind of a zero turn this time, but pretty much all the same as what I was running down in the Everglades.
And for those, I'm gesturing to Roger, and I normally interrupt him all the time, but where we left off before the phone fell again, when we were in Louisiana, and how we got here, where we went next, and then why we're here. Last week we put on a video, so if you watch that last week, then you'll know how we ended up in Illinois. Just so you know that. We'll recap though on how we got here if you didn't see last week, and we also took some pictures too of what we've been doing in the yard. So we're going to try to figure out how to take this, what we're doing, and maybe add some pictures or just do a short video after following this to show the video and the pictures so you can kind of see where we've been working in the yard.
Yeah, we have to start from scratch, learning how to edit everything together. But we'll also post some pictures on our Facebook page, which we have. It's also as R&B Runaways. So
We left off in Louisiana. And then
yeah, we decided that we better get to where we needed to be, and we spoke to our recruiter at in Utah, and he basically said, for now, keep coming. And we left there and headed toward Dallas, and ended up spending. Let's see, where did we spend the first night?
oh, that place in Tyler. We only stayed 2 nights in Dallas, but it's like an hour on the outskirts of Dallas,
Yeah,
east.
we made it. We made it to. Well, we spent one night in Alexandria, Louisiana, didn't we? And then we headed toward Dallas and ended up finding a Passport America campground.
Oh yeah, we joined Passport America. Thank you, Rick and Evelyn, for that. If anybody doesn't know about Passport America, it was $45, I think, and we joined that. Just went online, joined that. Our dear friends Rick and Evelyn from Rockledge, Florida, they got us hooked on that, where you save 50% off right off the bat. So we stayed one place. It only would honor it for one night, but it was only $13 for the night. So we got hooked up, and they had a great laundromat there. That was the hitching post, R&B hitching post in Tyler,
It was
Texas.
it was it was east of Tyler, but
Oh, east of Tyler. Yeah, east of Tyler.
when we left there, we did um, head on into Dallas and basically did a drive by with my brother Richard and his wife Pam, and got our mail. We didn't want to visit with them in person because by that time they were getting pretty strong with their recommendations. Not to get in physical contact or close proximity to older folks. Or not that my brother's old, but he's older than we are,
He meets
and
the
he
criteria.
meets the criteria for us to. We didn't want to take a chance on us actually carrying the virus and getting them sick.
Since
So
we later found out too that New Orleans was a hot spot, we didn't know that when we were there. Things had been changing hour by hour, day by day. So I mean, thinking now, we would not have went to New Orleans. So we were definitely in a hot spot area. So we
if
didn't
we'd have
want it.
gone into New Orleans the day before, everything would have been open. That's how close things were changing.
Right.
Um,
And they did have dinner plans for us on that Monday. That was the 23rd, March 23rd. I just remember that date for some reason. But they had dinner plans, and we decided, not to see them because we didn't want to take that chance that we could be carriers or and give it to them.
and then that same day, we had spoke to our recruiter out in Utah, and he gave us the news that they were at that point indefinitely delaying the opening of the lodge. So Bobby and I talked about it, and we decided to punt and come up here to the farm.
We could have went
Very,
west.
very, very grateful to Rosemary and Dwayne for letting us come up here. They've been absolutely wonderful. So we have electric and water um, and sewer. So we're all set with hookups here.
Because
And
when we let, and I'm sorry, I keep
that's
interrupting. This is how we roll anyway. So you guys probably know me, but just a side point. If we were 1,200 miles from Utah, from where we were at your brother's,
yes,
so we had to make that decision. Do we go west to Utah, find a place to stay for a couple of weeks until this, goes away, and just kind of wait it out? Because at that point they were even saying, the president was being hopeful that, by Easter everything will be okay. So do we go, where we're going to eventually be, or go another 600 miles back east, northeast, out of our way, but to have a safe, free place to stay with family?
well, and the way things are looking now, we made the right decision because we're basically work camping for family right now, at least for our spot. We're not making any money, but
Right.
um,
That is
they're
pretty
letting us
funny.
park here, and we're working, doing whatever we can do to be productive here on the farm for them. So we're work camping with family for our spot.
That's a good way to look
So
at
you
it.
could say that we're mooch docking for family, but we are working,
Right.
and we have a whole long list of chores that we can do for the greenhouse and a couple of other side projects besides that.
And we've been here 13 days already. We can't believe it. And Bryce Canyon said, we read an article that Roger found online that they're hopeful to open June 1st. So thank God that we did come here, because we would have to spend, you're lucky to get a RV spot for a month for $400 for a month. And at this point, nobody's really has any. Plus, because they've also been shutting down the parks
And
too.
restricting new people coming in. A lot of the folks are able to be grandfathered in and stay put, but a lot of the parks, from what we hear, are not letting new folks come in.
We are just so blessed. We are very blessed.
But we're safe and sound on the farm. I self isolated up here, um, miles from town, and we are playing it safe with our family here. Bobby and I are doing our best to you know stay separated from from the family here, and we're getting close to the 2 weeks, and we feel fine. Um, Honestly, we worry more about Bobby's sister Rosemary. She works in the medical field, and she's in the doctor's office every day, so she's more likely to pick up something, at work at this point. And in fact, the other day, they had somebody come in that lied about their address, and turns out they were from the Chicago area up in Cook County, which is a huge hot spot.
Yeah.
So they were not real happy about finding that out after the fact. But
I think it's if you like Johnny and Tracy were saying that because Johnny went home to New Orleans, he was actually in New Orleans the same time we were. He went there for medical reasons. Okay, so he comes back to Arizona, goes back to Arizona to their job to meet Tracy. They quarantine him because he came from New Orleans. So Cook County's the same. This lady comes, which is like 300 miles from north from where we are. And we're in a very rural place. And she came down here to get some kind of medical treatment. But that's a hot spot too. So they quarantined her, I believe.
I don't know, but they were quite upset that she, lied about her home address or where she'd been staying.
And it's sad to have to be like that, but Florida, from what we hear, Florida's not letting anybody in the state of Florida that doesn't have any business being in Florida. If you're from New York, if you're from New Orleans, they're basically, from what we've heard, is telling them just head back home, unless you're a trucker or you live in Florida. So
Well,
it's getting pretty darn scary. But we're lucky. We're lucky. We've got a place to stay for a couple of months. We put, I think the first couple of days we got here, we put potatoes in. We helped plant potatoes. And we're working on the greenhouse. Leah, my niece Leah, she's been working on the back garden. Dwayne's been mowing, or not mowing.
no, he's been plowing his fields.
Yeah. And in a few more days, we're going to be able to start fishing, because the pond that we fish up here, the 12-acre pond, that belongs to Dwayne's brother, and it's right down the road. We could walk to it, but because of where we came from, they're just kind of playing it safe right now, so we're going to respect their wishes and have to wait like another week before we can go over there and go fishing.
And that's getting very, very tough on Bobby.
Well, it's just ridiculous. I mean, we appreciate it, but I can't stand it. So we could get a fishing license here, but a lot of the places have closed. You're allowed to go fishing. It's not illegal to go fishing, but it's just where are you going to fish? They haven't shut the entrance. Wren Lake is huge. Wren Lake is one place that we're going to go check it out, because it's $30 a piece to get a non-resident annual pass or annual fishing license. We might still go check that out anyway. Drive over there one day and check it out, because we don't want to overdo it at Kevin's Pond. And that being said, that we might only be able to fish once a week, which that's just not enough for me. So,
well, we're working for Dwayne 5 days a week, so
that's true.
We got to earn our keep around here. Life on the farm is tough.
We'll get our Easter bunny. See, Molly's an Easter bunny.
Well, baby, you want to wrap this up so we can head on into town?
Yes.
We got some shopping to do. Depending on what's open, we've got a few stops to make.
Yeah, today's Sunday, and oh, by the way, we do have a drone that has video.
Oh, you had to spill the beans on that before I figure out how to work it, huh?
This whole week, we're going to work on the greenhouse. I mean, Dwayne's not slave driving us or anything. I mean, we have a project that we want to do to help out, and he's letting us do it. So
he's telling us how he wants it done, and at the same time, it's like, you guys know that you don't have to do this,
right?
But we want to.
So he's he's guiding us in that. But along with that, starting tomorrow, next week, we want to figure out that drone. Because we've been lazy about doing this YouTube. We wanted to do it from the beginning, but we just had too much going on. There was just too much. Our head was not in the game to do this YouTube stuff. But anyway, now we want to do it once a week, but we want to get to where we can actually do the drone pictures and us fishing and just the farm and everywhere we go, our travels. So that's
just really to keep up with our family and friends, so they know that we're not parked under a bridge somewhere down by the river.
Down by the river, yeah. We're in a van down by the river. Yeah, our life is good. Yeah, we're not living in a pop-up or a van down by the bridge, right?
Under the bridge,
down by the river.
Down by the river.
Our favorite Saturday Night Live. But anyway, everybody, we love you and
everybody stay safe.
We're praying that everybody can get through this financially and with your finances and your health, and we all come out okay and we can get back to washing our hands on a regular basis as normal.
All right, guys. Everybody stay safe out there. And we're going to go into town and go shopping.
Bye.
Say bye, Molly.
Soon.